Driving Test UK, the short notice driving test specialist.
Kiran is just about to start his driving test at the Isleworth Driving Test Centre. Prior to getting into the vehicle, the driving examiner has checked his photocard provisional driving licence and has conducted an eyesight test. Isleworth Driving Test Centre does not have public toilets, so it's very important that you go before if you need to go. When leaving the car park, be prepared to stop and give way to anyone coming in, as the entrance and exit is only wide enough for one vehicle safely. We have just turned left onto Wharton Road. The driving examiner has just asked Kiran to pull up on the left fairly close to the driver in front, ignoring the driveway. This is for the purpose of the angle start. Even though the driving examiner has said stop fairly close to the driver in front, make sure you can always see the tyres and tarmac so you can easily get out. At the roundabout, the driving examiner has asked Kiran to turn left. This is Whitton Dean. Once again, the driving examiner has asked Kiran to stop on the left somewhere conveniently safe. This time it's for the purpose of starting the independent driving section of the driving test. The driving examiner has given Kiran the following instructions. I would like you to turn right at the roundabout, and then at the traffic lights to follow the road, and then to follow the signs marked stains. He has asked Kiran to repeat the signs so he is sure that Kiran understands the signs. Once again, the instructions are: first roundabout, turn right, traffic lights, go straight, and then follow the signs marked stains. Kiran now has the first roundabout in sight and is planning to turn right. Be careful that you do not enter into Tesco's car park. This is Rugby Lane. On the right, we've got the rugby stadium, Twickenham Rugby Stadium. We have just now gone straight on at the traffic lights. The next instructions were to follow the signs marked Staines. Staines is at the right of the roundabout. However, Kiran is in the left-hand lane. The driving examiner has now reminded Kiran that Staines is on the right of the roundabout. As Kiran has managed to get into the right-hand lane without causing inconvenience to any other driver, the driving examiner has not marked this as a fault. We are now on the A316, that's the Chertsey Road, heading towards Staines. This is a 40-mile-per-hour road. It's very important that you keep in the left-hand lane unless you are overtaking. If you do need to overtake, make sure you move back at the first safe opportunity. During the independent driving section of the test, if you forget where you are going or you miss a sign, it's not a problem. you can ask the examiner for confirmation. They will help you. Be aware, the left-hand lane on approach to this roundabout is marked left turn only. When moving off, watch that left-hand side mirror. Even though the left-hand lane is marked left only, you may get someone pushing in. The driving examiner has now informed Kiran that the independent driving section of the test has been completed. We have now been asked by the driving examiner to leave the dual carriageway on the left. At the roundabout, Kiran has been asked to turn left. You will notice the speed is now 30 miles per hour. Keep a check on that speedometer, especially after coming off a dual carriageway. It's very easy to go over the speed limit. This is the Twickenham Road. Kiran is now halfway into the driving test and he is doing exceptionally well. The driving examiner has now instructed us to turn left into Court Close Avenue. The driving examiner has now instructed us to turn left and then to stop on the left somewhere conveniently safe. This is Rivermeads Avenue. The driving examiner has now informed Kiran that very shortly he will be conducting the emergency stop exercise. Basically, as we drive along, the examiner will raise his right hand and shout the word stop. Kiran will be expected to stop there and then in the middle of the road. Not all driving tests have the emergency stop. There is a 1 in 3 possibility of being asked to do this exercise. Kiran has carried out the emergency stop. It's now vital that you look over both shoulders before moving off. As this road bends towards the right, it becomes Beach Avenue. Once again, the driving examiner has asked Kiran to pull up on the left somewhere conveniently safe. Kiran now is feeling very nervous, and he has asked the examiner if he can stop for a few seconds and have a sip of water. The driving examiner has asked Kiran to carry out the parallel park exercise. He has asked Kiran to reverse back using a distance of no more than 2 car lengths. For this exercise, you may ignore the driveways. Kiran has basically parked the vehicle, but for some reason he's not happy with the parking. So he has gone forward and now should basically just reverse straight back in a line. The problem is he has not straightened his wheels. So unfortunately, when Kiran went back, he has gone slightly on the curb. This is Kiran's first mistake. The examiner may use his discretion and give him a minor mistake, especially as the curb was flat. On these residential roads, it's important you keep checking those mirrors and be prepared to give way to oncoming vehicles. At the end of this road, we will be turning left onto Hospital Bridge Road. Be aware of the bus lane. This bus lane is in force from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. The bus lane does not finish where the red colour finishes. The bus lane finishes where the solid line ends. Kiran has entered the bus lane a little bit too early. The driving examiner has no option but to give Kiran a serious fault for this. You should not enter the solid lane of a bus lane if the bus lane is in force. The driving examiner has now asked us to turn right at the traffic lights. This is Percy Road. We are now entering High Street, Witton. This is a very populated area. Be careful with pedestrians. Drive extra cautious on this road, watching out for pedestrians stepping out, car doors opening and traffic lights changing. At the mini roundabout, we have been instructed to turn right. That's the third exit. This is Nelson Road. We will be taking the next road on the left. This also is Nelson Road. At the mini roundabout, we'll be turning right, which is the second exit, and then immediately left. This is Whitton Dean. At the end of this road, we will be turning right. Once again, it is Whitton Dean, so we are turning right from Whitton Dean onto Whitton Dean. At the mini roundabout, the driving examiner has asked us to turn left. We need to be very careful at these mini roundabouts. As you have seen, most of the people just go over the roundabout instead of going around it. This is Hall Road. The driving examiner has asked Kiran to turn right into the driving test centre, just by the black gates. Once again, be prepared to give way to anyone coming out. Unfortunately, Kiran failed his driving test today. Basically, he made two serious faults. The first was the parallel park exercise, and the second was entering the bus lane during the hours of operation. Hello, my name is Charlie. I'm the voice behind the video. Kiran should really have passed his driving test today. He basically failed due to lack of concentration. Make sure you are well rested and eat something light before the driving test. This will help you keep your concentration levels up. Why not improve your chances of passing the driving test with these top tips? If you enjoyed watching this video, please like and share, and don't forget to subscribe. Good luck with your driving test.